In Salem, danger does not always arrive with a scream. Sometimes it starts with a hand reaching for comfort. A mother asking one question too many. A grieving woman looking for someone to blame. Or a couple realizing that love may be tested before they ever see the real threat coming. This episode may look like it is built on personal conversations. But in Salem, personal conversations can be the spark that sets everything else on fire. Let's break down what could happen on Days of Our Lives for Thursday, May 14th. Johnny and Chanel standing together in a crisis could become one of Thursday's most emotional beats, because this may not be an ordinary problem they can talk through and move past. Johnny may be facing danger that is bigger than he understands. Kristen's revenge plan is still hanging over Salem, and if she truly wants to hurt EJ by targeting Johnny, then Johnny is not just dealing with family drama. He may be trapped in the middle of a DiMera war he never chose. That puts Chanel in a painful position. She cannot control Kristen. She cannot erase EJ's enemies. She cannot promise Johnny that the danger will disappear. But she can give him the one thing he may need most in that moment: loyalty. Chanel may see through Johnny's attempt to stay strong. He may try to protect her from the full weight of his fear, but Chanel knows him well enough to recognize when something is wrong. That could lead to a quiet but powerful scene where they stop pretending and finally face the truth together. This crisis may test their marriage in a different way. It is not about jealousy. It is not about misunderstanding. It is about whether they can stand united when the threat comes from outside their relationship. Johnny may feel guilty that his family name keeps bringing danger to their door, while Chanel may have to decide how much fear she can carry beside him. And that is where their bond could become stronger. If Chanel chooses to stay close instead of pulling away, Johnny may realize he is not facing this nightmare alone. But if Kristen's plan keeps moving, this moment of support may only be the calm before something much more dangerous. Because loving a DiMera often means surviving the enemies that come with the name. Jada taking Shawn in may begin as a kind gesture, but it could quickly change the emotional temperature between them. There is already a quiet spark building here. It is not dramatic in a loud way, and that may be exactly why it works. Jada and Shawn are not acting like two people chasing a sudden romance. They feel more like two wounded adults who understand each other's disappointments without needing to explain every detail. If Shawn is staying with Jada, their bond will naturally become more personal. They may start sharing ordinary moments that reveal more than big speeches ever could. A late-night conversation, a look across the room, a moment of honesty after a difficult day. Those small things can create closeness before either person is ready to name it. Jada may tell herself she is simply helping Shawn. Shawn may believe he is only accepting support. But emotional safety has a way of opening doors people did not plan to open. Still, there is risk. Shawn may not be fully free from his past. Jada may not want to trust too quickly. Both of them have reasons to be careful, and rushing into something could bring old pain back to the surface. It does not need to be explosive to be meaningful. The tension comes from uncertainty. Are they becoming close because they truly fit together, or because they are both searching for comfort at the same time? Thursday may not answer that completely, but it could make one thing clear. Jada letting Shawn into her home may also mean Shawn is getting closer to her heart. Gabby questioning Ari about Liam could easily turn into one of Thursday's sharpest family scenes. Gabby is not the kind of mother who watches quietly from the sidelines, especially when her daughter's heart may be involved. If she senses that Ari is getting too close to Liam too fast, she will want answers immediately. But the way Gabby asks those questions may be the problem. She may think she is being protective. Ari may hear control. Gabby may believe she is spotting danger early. Ari may feel like her mother is refusing to trust her judgment. That emotional gap could turn a simple conversation into a real clash. Gabby's concerns are not completely unreasonable. She knows Salem too well. She knows people can look charming while hiding secrets. She knows romance can make someone ignore signs they would normally catch. So if Liam seems too smooth, too vague, or too intense, Gabby will not ignore it. But Ari is growing up. She may not want her mother treating her relationship like an investigation. If Gabby pushes too hard, Ari may become more loyal to Liam just to prove she can make her own choices. That is the danger here. Gabby's pressure might not push Ari away from Liam, it might push her closer to him. Liam could end up caught in the middle of something bigger than he expected. If he is sincere, Gabby's suspicion may feel unfair. But if he is hiding anything, then Gabby's instincts could become a serious threat. Once Gabby starts digging, she rarely stops until she finds something. So Thursday may set up a bigger mother-daughter battle. Ari wants independence. Gabby wants proof. And Liam may soon learn that getting close to Ari means facing the full force of Gabby Hernandez. Amy Choi's anger toward Holly may explode again on Thursday, and this confrontation could hit Holly harder than she expects. Amy still sees Holly through the pain of Sophia's death. To Amy, Holly may not be just another teenager connected to the situation. She may represent the person Amy believes helped push Sophia toward a tragic ending. That makes every word between them loaded before the conversation even begins. For Holly, this is a nightmare with no easy exit. If she apologizes, Amy may think it is too late. If she explains herself, Amy may hear excuses. If she pushes back, Amy may see it as proof that Holly does not care enough. That is what makes the scene so tense. Holly may be trying to defend herself, but Amy's grief may not leave room for nuance. Amy wants someone to answer for what happened, and Holly is standing directly in the path of that pain. The cyberbullying angle makes everything even more serious. This is no longer only about guilt or hurt feelings. Holly may be facing the possibility that one mistake, one message, or one accusation could damage her reputation and possibly change her future. In a town like Salem, rumors move fast. Once people start choosing sides, truth can get buried under emotion. Holly may feel trapped between fear and self-protection. She may know that arguing with Amy could make her look cold. But staying silent could make her look guilty. That kind of pressure can break someone down quickly, especially when the accusation is tied to something as painful as Sophia's death. Amy's pain may be real, but her certainty could be dangerous. And if Holly starts to feel like no one will believe her side, Thursday's confrontation could push her closer to a breaking point, not because she has no feelings, but because every feeling she shows may be used against her. Sophia's death is no longer just haunting Holly. It is starting to shape how everyone sees her. And that may be the most frightening part. Sophia's tragedy may seem centered on Holly and Amy, but Thursday could show that its impact is spreading much farther. This is not just one grieving woman blaming one teenager. Sophia's death has become a spark that keeps lighting up different corners of Salem. Holly is under pressure. Amy is consumed by grief. Kristen's revenge obsession appears to be getting darker. Johnny may be in danger if Kristen wants to hurt EJ through his son. And Chanel could be pulled into that crisis simply because she loves Johnny. Sophia's fate has created emotional fuel. Amy's grief becomes blame. Holly's fear becomes defensiveness. Kristen's rage may become action. And the DeMera family chaos could turn one tragedy into a much larger chain reaction. The danger is that everyone is reacting before the full truth feels settled. When grief is fresh, people want answers immediately. When answers are unclear, they look for a target. And once someone becomes the target, the story can spiral out of control. That may be exactly what is happening to Holly. But the ripple effect could reach Johnny and Chanel too. If Kristen is using Sophia's fate as part of her revenge against EJ, then Johnny may become collateral damage in a war he did not start. Chanel may have to stand by him while realizing that the DiMera world can drag innocent people into danger without warning. So Thursday's episode may connect several emotional threads under one larger question. Who is acting out of love? Who is acting out of grief? And who is using tragedy as an excuse to do something unforgivable? Sophia's death may be the wound Salem cannot close yet. Until the truth is clearer, the blame will keep spreading, the fear will keep growing, and the wrong person may pay the price for someone else's pain. So Thursday, May 14th may deliver an episode full of emotional tension and quiet danger. Johnny and Chanel stand together during a crisis, but the threat around them may be far from over. Jada taking Shawn in could open the door to a romance neither of them planned. Gabby pushes Ari for answers about Liam, and that could create a mother-daughter conflict with bigger consequences. Meanwhile, Amy Choi goes off on Holly again, proving that Sophia's death is still tearing through Salem. This episode is not just about who loves whom. It is about who feels safe, who feels blamed, and who may be pushed too far. Comfort could become romance. Concern could become control. Grief could become accusation. And one crisis could reveal who is strong enough to stand together when Salem starts closing in. By the end of Thursday, the emotional lines may be clearer, but the danger may be closer. Because in Salem, the heart does not always break quietly. Sometimes, it fights back.